My goal is not just to give you a recipe for a healthy snack. My ultimate goal is to give you a recipe for a healthy life. Why are these fruit and nut clusters so important for your health other than for just curbing hunger? That's not the only reason I'm bringing this to your attention. America is not a healthy nation, contrary to what you might think. America ranks really low, if not the lowest, as far as the health goes of all wealthy nations. So what does AI have to say about it? They report the headlines from national resources. I'll just read these so that you can soak them in carefully. The U.S. consistently ranks last or near last in comparisons with other high-income countries' overall health outcomes and system performance. The United States ranks poorly in overall health, but spends more on health care. It also lags behind in life expectancy and preventable death. More of the same, but this one adds that we have a higher burden of chronic diseases. That's not good. Are you surprised? Look at this one. Infant mortality rate is one of the highest among high-income countries. Yes, that's America. Wow, 93% of Americans are unhealthy. That's whether it's 93%, 75, 50%, it's too much. Think about it. Do those statistics apply to someone else but not you? Americans believe we are the healthiest in the world. How blinded we are. We actually rank 34th in life expectancy. And that's even comparing us to higher income countries. The bad news goes on and on. Many articles indicate that diet is the main reason for America's poor health. Wake up, America! We need to do better. This is an excellent article in the New Yorker about America's deadly diet. The illustration for the article tells the whole story. In a nutshell, it's an information-packed article about ultra-processed food. Didn't have much of a problem in America until modern packaging was made popular in the early 1900s. That's when fresh foods, fruit, nuts, and seeds started to disappear from our diet. Amazing. Why don't we know this and pay attention to it? In a future video, I will tell you of some of the serious health problems that went away after I changed my diet. It's time to have Americans start saying bye-bye to the packaged goods, the pre-processed goods, the super processed items. I have to admit, I used to eat protein bars because I thought I should, but I didn't like all that sugar that was in there. The subtitle of this article reads, "Protein bars might not immediately come to mind when you think of unhealthy food, but some aren't as beneficial as they may seem. Many bars sold today contain large amounts of ultra-processed ingredients, artificial sweeteners, and added sugar. Pre-packaged ultra-processed protein bars are getting thumbs down from health research." Let's go back to our roots. Yes, that was a pun. And start eating fruits and vegetables and grains that come naturally. It's all there for us to enjoy. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox and go make some fruit and nut clusters that are good for snacks, filling in between meals, and for taking on trips when you need to have a little boost between meals. If you haven't been eating much fiber lately, you may want to start gradually so your body can get used to it. Always check with your doctor before making changes in your diet. I'm just surrounded with goodness here. Good, healthy stuff. What we're going to do, end up with a hunger buster nut cluster here. It's easier to say fruit and nut cluster. So here we go. Let's exchange that for a bowl and we'll just start dumping. You can use any amount of any variety of fruits and nuts and seeds. I do one-stop shopping at Trader Joe's. I don't get any perks from Trader Joe's, but I love their products and prices. That's where you can get most everything. For the cranberries, I like to use 50% less sugar. Oh, I already mixed them in, but I thought I'd put in some ginger root this time. That ought to make them really, really yummy. A little bit of sesame seeds, 1 or 2 tablespoons, whatever you have left. Oh, there they are. There's the ginger. They're really tasty. I ordered those off the internet. Pistachio. These are almonds. I like my almonds either slivered or sliced. Then, oh, there's a couple left. You should end up with about 3 cups of whatever types of nuts and seeds and fruit you want to put in. Then what you want to do, this is the glue. This is a beaten egg white, and then you just want to mix in some, about 2 or 3 tablespoons honey. My daughter gave me this handy little spatula, so just mix that up. It's just easier to mix in with the egg whites beforehand, then it gets mixed very well. Love this spatula, really handy. Okay, so we mix that up thoroughly. That's all you have to do. Simple recipe. Then you can either make little crunchy nuggets, if you want just little bite-sized, tiny bite-sized snacks. So you want to have a cookie sheet ready with parchment on it, and all you have to do is make little mounds of fruits, nuts, and seeds. Phew, I need to stop for a break. All ready for the oven. There's a great protein bar substitute for you. Research continues to show the dangers of consuming too many protein bars. We can easily get protein from natural sources. They taste good. We're just being lazy. Okay, back to the recipe. Set the oven at 225 degrees Fahrenheit. They must hold together when they're cold. These are nicely toasted, not burned. Together enough so that they're not going to fall apart. I read an article that says that dark chocolate can help curb cravings and may even reduce hunger. You could bake them on one of these silicone baking sheets. Great. Why didn't I think of that? So I'll just spread these with chocolate and transfer them over to here. They're hunger bunger. These are, well, you try to pronounce it 3 times in a row. These are hunger buster clusters, or fruit and nut clusters. That's easier to say. They're going to turn out like they have bottom and deliciousness on the top, fiber and nutrition. That's what our body needs, and that's what most Americans are missing. Be sure to store them in an airtight container to keep them from getting soggy and sticky. I really like these glass containers from IKEA. So here's the recipe. 1/2 cup raisins, 1/2 cup pumpkin seeds, 1/2 cup almonds, 1/2 pistachio nuts, 1/4 cup cranberries, 1/4 cup dried cherries, 1/4 cup sunflower seeds, 1/4 cup crystallized ginger, 2 to 4 tablespoons sesame seeds, 1 egg white, 2 to 3 tablespoons honey, and 1/2 cup melted chocolate. Mix everything together except the chocolate and bake at 225 degrees for about 15 minutes or until they stick together when they're cool. Cool before applying the chocolate and store in an airtight container. I'll be giving you more tips on having a healthier life. So how are these fruit and nut clusters helpful in my little campaign to get healthy? And find out why it's so important to start tossing the boxes and packages of ultra-processed foods. Wake up, America. It's time to make changes in the way we eat. Pre-packaging can shorten preparation time. These are eating shortcuts that can shorten our life. It's not me that's saying that. It's the reason. Maybe you don't want to hear it, but let's wake up. Fruits and nuts are only a piece of the puzzle that's going to help America crawl out of the awful state that it is right now. We're just being lazy. Let's not be lazy, America. Let's start with fruit and nut clusters. It's a small start, but it's a good start.